Let's go ahead and walk through how we actually set up in our first ad campaign. Okay, so sorry for the noise in the back. I'm posted up at a Starbucks on a lovely Friday. And let's see, so open up my ads manager. A few ways I can access this: going directly to business.facebook.com. That's one way to do it. Make sure you are selecting the right one if you did it through an agency or if you did it through your personal. Boom. I'm going to delete this one. Okay, so here we are on our personal Facebook. See? And here we are on our business side of things. Typically, you're going to see like mine. It should show ads manager. It's new, so it may not have trigger. Let's see. Nope, it's not on the side yet. It will be. So just pay attention for that. It just makes it easy so you don't have to type in business every time. But let's go ahead and create our first campaign. And before we do that, I just want to explain one quick thing. So imagine it like a pyramid, okay, or just like a stack. Okay, there's three layers. The main top layer is the campaign. There's specific settings that take place at the campaign level. Okay, it's like an umbrella. That's the top of the umbrella, at the top of the pyramid, right? Underneath that is going to be your ad sets, your silos, and inside, underneath that, is going to be your actual ad creatives. Okay, you're going to go. So the way you're going to structure it is you're going to focus on typically one campaign at a time, multiple ad sets, but you're only going to have one ad in each ad set. Do not add like 5 ads in the ad set, in each ad set. Okay, so one ad per ad set. Super important. I'll explain why later. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to create a campaign, and there's a couple of different ways. There's 2 ways to start the creation process. Either a little more manual, which I typically do because I've been doing this for a while, or you can switch to guided. Both to get the similar outcome. And this is nice for visual. So you'll see here is the different types of the campaigns. Okay, so you're going to be only focusing on traffic and conversions for local clients and even online, unless they're like the e-commerce or something like that. But even still, you're probably going to be using these too. And then occasionally you'll do the other ones. Okay. For awareness, you're going to be doing some video views, but depending on the outcome of the campaign, most likely traffic or conversions. Okay. So let's go ahead and just start with a traffic campaign. So we'll call it first campaign, traffic, boom. And remember, on the left side, you got your campaign as the top layer. Underneath that, you have your ad sets, and then each ad set, you want one ad per, okay? So we'll call this, typically what I do is I do like the date, like today's March 10th. Let's say this is a men, like this is targeting men, 25 to 35. That's one way to do it. The video 1 or image 1, right? And all you do, go down to your targeting, let's say I want to do my gym, so I put the address in. And typically in Northern Virginia for gyms, like a 7-mile radius, sometimes 5. I'm going to delete this, so I'm not targeting everyone in the U.S. So I've got a 7-mile radius around my gym. We're not going to go into crazy advanced targeting stuff. This is just very general setup. And a lot of times I found for my gym that the best thing to do is to have a radius-based, broader targeted campaigns get a better outcome than like income and specific demos and stuff. Okay, if you're doing like e-commerce, online product sales, or nationwide, then you're going to want to get crazy with the targeting and interest and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and see here. Let's say I want to get like men 25 to 45. Usually it lags a little bit. This is not uncommon. Boom. It's a little funky. I'll do another video on specific targeting, but this is just kind of like an idea to get the ball rolling. Okay. That's it for targeting. So we're reaching men 25 to 34, 7-mile radius within my gym's address. Here's the next most important thing, okay? Go ahead and hit edit placements. And as you can see here, let's go ahead and look at what we want to target. So what I would do, more often than not, you can do desktop and mobile. I'll show you where that option is. But typically I just do mobile. We'll come back and adjust that in a little bit. But here's the only ones that I would recommend for the time being when you're watching this video to focus on. So uncheck instant articles, uncheck right column, uncheck Instagram. If you're going to do that, set it up in a separate campaign or a separate ad set. Definitely uncheck Audience Network and uncheck Messenger. You can do those, but those are like, that's like the icing on the cake later once you have a strong proven process in place and you want to like basically test out different ways of reaching new people. They can work, but I would not recommend you start with that. Then we're going to go up here and we're going to switch to mobile because almost everyone is going to be on mobile. Okay. Last thing. Oh, whoops. See, when I do that, look, it rechecked all of these. That's I meant to do it so it doesn't do that, but it did it. Okay, so we just got to uncheck all the ones we unchecked already. Isn't this great how it's super slow? Sometimes it's insanely fast, and other times it's insanely slow. Okay, so uncheck, uncheck. Uncheck, uncheck, and we're back on track. Let's go down. Let's go down. A little bit more. And I recommend per ad set about $10 a day. And we're gonna hit continue. Woo, that was painful. Cool. All right, so don't worry about changing this. Two things you can do. I'm gonna show you in another video. It's better to use an existing post that you have created already. Like this one is already created, okay? And I'll explain why in another video. Let's just pretend like we're starting fresh with a new client and we need to create a new ad. So this can only typically be used as an ad. You can't use this as an organic post, so it has some limitations, but it's a great way to get started. So let's show you what we're doing here, okay? So we got our fan page selected. It's our only option. And let's go with a single video or a single image. Either will work, okay? So let's say it's single image. Let's look at our images. So these are all the images pulled from the actual fan page. So I'm going to go ahead and click this guy for the time being. And all you're going to want to look at, since this is a traffic-based ad, it's not a conversions-based ad, it's going to be a similar setup process. But remember, I'm just creating this ad in here. So I'm going to do URL wherever I want this to go to. That's going to be up to you. We'll talk about that in strategy later. And then each one of these is going to show up here, right? So like here, this is above the image. Okay, headline below the image, right? and learn more. This is your choice what you want to put here, but that's available if you need it. And that's pretty much it. Now I would just say confirm, and then we will see we have created our first campaign. Up. Well, see, and the good thing about Facebook is it forces you, right? So basically, what I would do here is I would create, select the payment I want to use for this. See if I can do it. I just cancel this card. I don't know if it's going to work. Nah. Yeah, cancel that card. Well, there was my card number, but it's canceled. It doesn't matter. Basically, yeah, you'll want to put your card in here, and then you'll be good to go. And you would see, I'll do it right now real quick, just so you can see what I want to explain here. Please don't steal my credit card. I'll do this later, actually. But yeah, so you'll see basically when you come back to the ads manager. Remember, you want to be under your personal. You will see a campaign here when you return. So we'll look at that in a little bit, and then we'll also go over different types of campaigns to set up.